Hello again, and welcome to my Battle Pass furniture review for version 7.0. The furniture this time is called Dancing Beneath Silver White Wings, and it's an outdoor and indoor furnishing which costs $260 load. $260 is thankfully a pretty reasonable load cost. It actually surprised me a little. I expected the cost to be higher. At this point, you might be thinking, what the heck is that thing? But it's actually interactable, revealing an Odette-inspired ballerina music box inside. So I'll let you take a listen to the song, which is approximately 35 seconds long. The song is so pretty and relaxing, and it totally manages to capture that plucky music box sound. I also think the mini Odette doll is super cute. I just don't personally love how it ends by fading out and closing itself kind of abruptly. I wish instead the song had a satisfying conclusion, and perhaps the ballerina could even do a bow animation at the end, just like Odette does in her idol animation. But maybe that's asking for too much. The base of the music box is also very sparkly, and the whole thing has a shiny, crystalline feel to it. It kind of gives off the vibe of a closed flower bud that blooms when turned on. The only problem is that it does rely on people turning it on to see how pretty and cute this thing is. By default, it just kind of sits there and looks like some kind of weird spike for the most part. But maybe that gives it some versatility. You never know when you might need a spike. In this example, I utilized the spiky silhouette to create some cool fence posts. However, I did end up noticing that the draw distance for the spikes is pretty close, meaning that if you walk too far away, it'll disappear on your screen. This could definitely end up being frustrating while taking pictures, and you probably won't be able to adorn buildings with these spikes very well as a result, since they probably wouldn't be visible from the ground. This is also going to make the fence post example less useful, so that's a pretty major bummer. I also tested to see how this furnishing reacts to multiplayer, and unfortunately it does nothing. Meaning friends who join your teapot won't be able to turn it on, and they can't even see it doing anything when you turn it on for them. It's essentially perpetually just a motionless spike for them, so that's also a bummer. But moving on, this furnishing does work decently well with Escoffier's BP-inspired furnishing from 5.6, if you happen to have that. Especially if you're trying to make an Odette build, it's hard to get more fitting than literal icy swan imagery. And in case you were wondering, it is possible to have two playing simultaneously. As I mentioned earlier, this is an indoor furnishing as well, which I'm always happy to see. This also means you'll be able to use the tilting glitch on this furniture while indoors, so you might be able to do something creative with that. Unfortunately, it's not an ornament though, meaning it'll be more difficult to work with, such as requiring more effort to get it on top of a table. And unfortunately, this furnishing does have the invisible bubble force field problem that some other furnishings have as well. I'm not too surprised, but it is annoying since it means you can't get very close to it, even when it's closed. The bubble also extends below it, so you may need to be mindful of that. I really hope that they will make more furnishings indoor and outdoor, since lately they only seem to be doing this with certain BP furnishings. Speaking of old Battle Pass furniture, I've noticed they must really love this music box style since there's been so many of them at this point. But to be fair, they are really cute and fun to have around, so I can understand why they keep doing them. For my example build, I ended up trying to make a toy shop run by Freminet, with the music box being on the centered display. I think the interior toy shop room turned out okay. Though I do wish the music box was on for longer since it looks a bit out of place when it's in the spike form. I also realized that you'll need to jump onto the table to turn it on, but the effect is overall quite nice when it's spinning in my opinion. It does not emit any kind of light or particle effects by the way, it's completely static unless you turn it on. But it's so shiny and the base has this pretty glimmer effect built in, so I think it can get away with it. So now that I've covered everything I could find out about this furnishing, let's move on to my recommendation and wrap the video up. Would I recommend it? I'd give this one a maybe. What I love about it is the low load cost, and the fact that it's usable indoor and outdoor. It's also pretty cool, and the interactive effect can be fun to play with. But realistically, the draw distance problem is just a huge downside to me, since it really constricts the exterior building applications. Also, something I haven't mentioned until now is that Odette is going to have a meeting point that will eventually reward you with this furnishing. Unfortunately, I can't get it right now to make a comparison, but there are some pretty clear similarities here where you could just make do having this furnishing, which is free, as an alternative. So ultimately, I leave this one up to your judgment. What do you think about it? And will you be getting it? Please let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have fun in Snezhnaya.